good morning, beautiful people. It's Timothy. My hair smells nice like peppermint and banana because of the stuff I've been using on my hair. I saw a post online that was like, if a man never is truly confused, if he feels unsure about having you, then he's pretty sure about losing you. A man who truly wants you would never miss the opportunity to keep you around. Ever. And that's true. Fucking hate Mitchell. But then, funny enough, as I was thinking to myself, you know what? Fuck Mitchell indeed. He was a terrible son of a bitch in a lot of ways. And maybe he truly never even liked me that much all along. Then I thought of the way he acted on the fourth day of us meeting up. And I kind of just remembered the way that we were drinking and laughing and smiling. And he was being overly emotional. He could just be a dude who just feels a lot of things. Maybe not even inherently towards me. Because, like, yeah, sure, he cried and said he would fucking murder my mother for me. Very sweet of him to offer. Also insane. But insane in the type of way that I like. You know, he was a nut job in a lot of ways. But in a way that I kind of appreciate finding in a person. Very rare sort. I love that. But as for him, just like... I don't know. I hate that I can't fully translate the experience. Maybe I will eventually post a video, maybe I will post a part 2, but as of now, I want to be able to have longer than 48 hours without crying over this man. A part of me hates him, because it's like, oh, look at me, I cried over an evil white man during Black History Month, and so far, 1/6 of the year, if you think about it, has been wasted on being sad over this man. There's only one single month left of Black History Month. Don't we want to wash this man out of our hair and forget about him? I'm trying. I don't know. My gut's telling me that I shouldn't harm him. Funny enough, I don't really... How do I put this? Mitchell is a nut job. We know this. There's a lot to him that I like and that I don't like. Funny enough, the things about him that he doesn't like about himself, I very much appreciate and I'm unfazed by. He thought I was going to be unattracted to him because he cried in front of me when he was talking about how moved he was by our hangout and how special I made him feel. Whole time I thought that made him 10 times more attractive. I love when men cry in front of me. Not on some sadistic shit, or okay, maybe a little bit, but mainly because I like when a man is able to show emotion and be vulnerable and sweet, and I know that's a very tender thing, and to not like punish a man if he tries. I only have one moment that I regret where I could have been a little sweeter to him when he communicated to me, but any other moment I made sure to make it clear that he very much was the apple of my eye, and how much he mattered to me. I don't know, the thing about dealing with insecure people is that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you say and what you do, they will still fucking subconsciously hate themselves or hate you. And that type of shit is tiresome, my nigga. It's tiresome. But a part of me is just, I don't know. Every time I get online, I see some sort of post that's like, hey, just so you know, a man who's confused about you is fully fine throwing you away in the trash. You don't mean shit to him. And then I'm like, right, he did abandon me for an entire month straight and only came back because he was worried about consequences for his actions, like his mother finding out that he did what he did to me. But then on the other hand, it's like, are you sure he didn't care about you? Are you sure? But at the same time, it's like, yeah, dude, it's like, it's still formulaic. If he cared, I don't know. I know that there was a moment when I left him a voicemail, though. At some point, like a few weeks into January. And it was a vulnerable one. And I just kind of... That night, I remember I fully was going to kill myself. I fully, and I mean that. I'm trying not to cry, but I was going to kill myself. That was the night that I was really sure, like, wow, I prayed for just a few fucking days where I could be happy after a fucked up year. I prayed for just, like, I wanted things to end good between me and him. Even though, of course, he's the one who fucked it up. No one asked him to do what he did to me when I was drunk. No one asked him to abandon me in the way he did after getting my hopes up that we were going to be something more. At least that I wasn't going to be forgotten about. And look, it's 2 months in. You want to know what's fucked up? It is, as I type this, it is 11:52 p.m., February 23rd. It's weird to know that just 2 months ago, around this hour, he was texting me rapid fire, about his pure excitement about meeting up with me. About how much I truly meant to him. Or, like, he didn't say it that back then, but he was truly, like, excited, like a kid before a field trip. Anxious as fuck to even go to sleep. And then I remember that it's like, yeah, December 24th came, that nigga woke up at like 5 a.m. Or he was already at the bus stop at like 5 a.m. if I recall correctly. I remember I couldn't quite sleep and I was checking out messages and this nigga was messaging me photos of him standing at the bus stop with his umbrella. I mean, at the BART station with his umbrella. So that he could make sure he wouldn't miss the first train to arrive as early as possible, even though we made plans to meet at 8. I came late, ironically because I was super anxious and nervous, and I remember how nervous I was. Do I want to make this one the part 2 video where I talk more about what happened between me and him? I could. I'm already crying. Sure. You know what? Or let's see. No, my phone's on 8%. I don't know if I can get very far tonight. But you should have seen how this man was on me, like, right on fucking rice. Everything he did stung me in a certain way. I don't think I can ever love the same. If there really is a higher power, I think this is the cruelest way to get me to dissenter men, because I don't think it fucking worked. I don't know. Now it's like I don't see good in men anymore unless they send me money. I don't really find a value to them. At least romantically. Like, even when I tried, trust me, I tried the other day. How did that go for me? Not so good. Ironically, because the guy was paranoid I was going to use him for entertainment, the whole time I was completely content with just meeting up with him for dinner. And I just was, like, offering ideas because I wanted to make things special. I wanted to make sure we both had fun. I was just spitballing ideas for what we could do after the dinner if we wanted to have a fun time. I'm tired of meeting insecure men. I'm tired of meeting volatile men. I'm tired of meeting men. It felt like some sort of cruel joke. Praying for literally someone to just make me happy. They didn't need to make me happy for the rest of my life, mind you. Just for like a few days on a week so I could have a nice fucking Christmas. And that at the very least it would end without bullshit. Like if it was gonna end, no need to like make a 4-minute long video hugging and kissing and cuddling me as if I fucking mean something to you. Just leave. He should have just been like, alright, I think today's the day I go back home. It was lovely to meet you. Nice little hug. Like fucking like 30 seconds or a minute if you want to get special about it. And just, he said so much and did so much, and I hate it. And I might need to stop talking about this, because otherwise, I think I'm going to kill myself. And I don't want to do that. I think that destroyed me in a special way. Because it's like, I've had a whole lifetime of shit like that, and it just feels like, is life just a cruel joke? Where I'm going to keep thinking I'm going to be happy, and then it fucks up? Like, what? The end reward is that, what? One day, fucking 10 years down the line, I'm gonna be put in a so-called perfect situation that I won't be able to trust. And then I go for it. And then it's like, yippee, don't you feel even better about all the trials and tribulations you've been through to be able to get to this point? No! The answer is no. No! I am not happy. I'm miserable, actually. Because it's like, nigga, you could have just, like, if you're going to send me one evil nigga to waste my time, okay. Just send me one. You don't need to send me the same nigga over and over and over again. And I know you're like, Timothy, what are you doing to attract these niggas? Funny enough, with Mitchell, it was supposed to be simple. It was supposed to be simple. It was supposed to be a very simple, you meet up with me, fuck my brains out, we never see each other again. Did he do that? No, he did everything in his power to try to act like we would make something. Why? Because he's sick in the head. Funny enough, I like mentally unstable-ish people because, to an extent, they're relatable. Trust me, you think I don't get it? I fucking get it. I get why someone would be afraid of love but also desire it. I do. I had a fucked up childhood. I have the mommy issues too. I know how that's like. You think I don't get why someone would be paranoid over if someone really likes them or not? Trust me, I have that paranoia with Mitchell. The thing that makes me different from Mitchell is that I fucking tried. Mitchell didn't. Mitchell was fucking scared. He was a little punk-ass bitch. He thought, oh, there's no way Tamia could possibly like me, even though she has not stopped smiling for even a second around me, excluding the sexual assault attempt. He did stupid fucking things. And I hate that at the end of the day I still like him. I think tonight might be the night where I need to do something bad to him. But I don't know, I have an interview tomorrow. Actually, maybe not tonight. But it's like I'm supposed to go to sleep, and then I got the interview, and then aside from the interview, I also have to, let's see, interview and maybe like some sort of performance to see. Maybe I'll meet up with that one guy I've been talking to recently. He seems nice, but even then with him, like, let's just say my anxious attachment is flaring up with this new fella. Because I'm someone who can like multiple people at once. It's so funny how I started having a roster because I thought I could at least dilute my love or evenly spread it amongst multiple people. That's a good idea in concept. In concept. I'm just very mad about the Mitchell situation because, like I said before, I wanted us to be friends. Or even if not friends, like, I don't know, some sort of good terms. I hate how everything ended. And I doubt they're ever gonna get better. I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna see him again in my life. Or no, my gut's telling me I'm gonna see him again. But frankly, I don't know. Everything about that destroyed me. On the bright side, if it makes anyone feel better. Jesus, I ran a few weeks ago, and then before that I got sick twice, and my lungs have been fucked up since. I don't think it was COVID. The first time was extreme amounts of vomiting. The second time was, yeah, it could have been anything. Maybe it was COVID. Maybe not. Anyway, I'm sad. And I'm annoyed because it's like, here I was really liking this motherfucker. It kind of feels like a fucked up gimmick to be sent someone who looks and acts exactly how I would want my future husband to act. And then it's like, oh look, it's just a fucking trap. He's gonna do every single thing he can to fuck you up. Because he's an emotionally immature man-child who can't face himself. That's the difference between me and him, is that I can. Some people say that it's not good to want to fix men, and that it makes sense why some of us would, because a lot of boys from a young age, they aren't socialized to, like, think and care about others, but they also aren't even socialized to think or care about themselves. So they kind of act like children because they're having weird emotions all around that they don't know how to handle. So sure, you could take your time. You know, like, hypothetically, I could be Mitchell's friend. I could talk things out with him. I could be his therapist. But even with friends of mine like Seamus or plenty of other friends in my life or whatever, these people will not fucking change unless they want to change. And even if they say they want to change, no, the fuck they don't. Funny enough, Mitchell once said this to me, and I remember it exactly. And I remember it disgusted me, and it's kind of ironic because of how he is as a person. He said if they don't want to change their situation, they're clearly happy. I said that in regards to feeling bad for certain friends I had where they were in fucked up relationships or fucked up jobs or this or that. And he was like, well, if they're still there, really don't feel bad for them. Otherwise, they changed their situation, right? And I said, hey, it's not that easy. Like, you know, there's a bunch of empathy and emotions tied to it and stuff. And he said, yeah, but at the end of the day, think about it. If they really were truly, truly unhappy, they would take themselves out of it at any time they can. And they know that. But they're not. So deep down, they're happy. I'm about to start crying until I vomit again. I need to stop talking about this. So I just got hit with a wave of emotion, like, oh, see, I'm out here feeling bad for Mitchell and wishing that he would get therapy the whole time. He doesn't want to. Otherwise, he would have by now, wouldn't he? I'm out here feeling bad for him because he hates his family so fucking much. And he wants to estrange them. And he even recognized that I have so many things. I have multiple disabilities. I'm black, I'm a woman, I'm gay and trans to an extent. And all of that shit. The world was not exactly designed for people like me, and yet I still took the plunge, despite being black and poor and all that shit, to actually leave my family because they were bad for me. And he, with his fucking fancy ass job and his income and his health insurance and his, like, he has nothing to rely on them for. They didn't even go to his fucking graduation. That fucked him up really bad because he didn't tell them, but they also didn't ask. They didn't care whenever he graduated. They didn't attend anything. They didn't have family dinners with him. They didn't do shit. They did not do shit for him growing up. And now, because of them, he's afraid of love, and he doesn't think he's worth shit, and he's insecure all the fucking time. Do you know how sad that is? I fucking hate that. I still adore Mitchell in a lot of ways to this day, even though I know I shouldn't. I should see him as a scum-sucking piece of shit who deserves nothing. But no, I have empathy, unlike him. So I mean, well, no, he has empathy for me too. I saw that man cry in front of me about how fucking touched he was that he met me and was able to have a nice Christmas and New Year's because of me. And I saw him cry in front of me. Sorry, about how he was glad I estranged my family and escaped them. Because it was hard for him. Like, with all his perfect conditions, you know, a fucking Aryan race looking white boy. With all the money, resources, and opportunity to do it, he still can't, even though they already don't talk and they already do nothing for each other. And he's scared of it, but he always praised me for leaving my family, for estranging them. I'm gonna start screaming, I need to be careful. I cared for him a lot. I still do. I'm so tired. I also keep forgetting to breathe, so it's not making this easier. Because every time I say something that is slightly or extremely intense, it knocks the wind out of me. But, fuck. I wanted better for Mitchell. But he doesn't want better for himself, and clearly, you know, he's this unhealed man with a whole bunch of issues. And he clearly doesn't want to do better for himself, or else he'd change. He doesn't want to try. He doesn't want to improve himself. He doesn't want to get therapy so he can get fucking properly diagnosed for his extremely intense ADHD, which makes him extremely rejection sensitive and dysphoric, which also makes him extremely paranoid and insecure, which means he can't really focus on anything. It means he has a higher propensity to have obsessive relationships, all sorts of things. And also, he's probably a little autistic, but I mean, for that, I don't have much to go off of, but sometimes he says shit, and it's like, yeah, you definitely got something, dude. But whatever. He did get diagnosed with ADHD when he was younger. He told me that. He has not believed it, and it's like, simply put, it's been 20 years. Dude, I think they were pretty fucking spot on with the accuracy. Funny enough, that's what I did when I got diagnosed with autism. I didn't believe that shit. And then next thing you know, I was in my 20s, and I was like, actually, they might have been onto something. Maybe I don't have, like, 8 different disorders. Maybe it's just one with, like, 2 on the side, you know? And then, of course, a little bit of PTSD. But don't worry, that's gone now. Or at least, is it? Considering I've been crying every day for 2 months about this? Debatable. Debatable. It's not as intense as it was in high school, and I'm grateful for it. Anyway. I don't know. Mitchell clearly is happy where he's at. If he truly wanted love, he would go for it. If he truly wanted to leave his family, he'd go for it. If he truly wanted a better connection with his brother, he'd go for it. But he's not going for it. Because, well, he told me himself he's content with his routine of just endless Muay Thai, endless biking and hiking, going to his job, hardly having friends that he talks to at all, and just, like, fucking English breakfast tea, his favorite type. With, I think he said he likes it with how many creams and sugars? Funny enough, I don't remember that too much. I was too busy looking at his eyes. I think he said he likes 2 creams and 1 sugar. I could be wrong though. Look if I know. That's not important. I'm just thinking about it. Thinking about our interactions that week. I just wish it ended better. If the beginning was different and the ending was different, I don't know. I'm sad. Anyway. Oh wait. I should order some food. I got like $11 in DoorDash credits and some fucking coupons, and I might as well use it so I can get like enough food from Burger King to feed a family of 4. Or 5, honestly. No, honestly, like, I could feed, like, 7 people with the amount of food I'm gonna get. My scrawny ass needs it. And also, I get the feeling I'm gonna need a lot of sodium in my diet because I am crying a lot. And I gotta be prepped for the stuff I'm gonna do tomorrow. But yeah. I can't feel bad for Mitchell, and I shouldn't. He's clearly I feel pity for him now. I used to feel empathy and sympathy, but to an extent, maybe still to an extent, some form of, I don't know if I'd call it love. I wouldn't call it obsession, even though I'm like, to me, I wouldn't have you made it. Like, I've done things outside of him. Shut up. I've done things outside of crying about him. I promise to God I have. Like, trust me, like, I've spent a good portion of my morning looking at nice little fucking spiritual supplies and fancy necklaces that another nigga's buying me. And other hobbies, and I'm trying to build up on how to tell this one dude who's paying for my comedy classes that I am no longer going to the comedy classes because a bitch wanted to fight me a week ago over a chicken sandwich, whatever. Simply put, God, that's a ghetto ass way to end the previous sentence. But yeah, some bitch tried to fight me for half of a chicken sandwich. Why am I telling you this? I just feel like saying it. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, Mitchell. Yeah, I feel pity for him. I think that man has a lot of potential. I truly do. Just like how he told me how he sees potential in me to be a very caring, empathetic, loving mother, and how he told me someone like me needs to have kids because there's a lot of shitty people on this planet, and he needs to be reassured that someone like me can have kids to offset that because he considers me beautiful, intelligent, smart, charismatic, charming, elegant, classy, blah, 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 blah. All the types of shit that you would tell a girl. Fucking asshole. See, because he fucked it up, I don't know. No matter how you spin it, whether he meant every single thing he said to me and still chose to leave, that fucks me up. And if he never meant any of it, it's just like, why? I was happy to try to. We were just supposed to fuck. It wasn't supposed to be anything more. I don't know why he did that if we weren't even supposed to be more, but I don't know. He's a fearful, avoidant, punk ass bitch who needs to get therapy, and he won't get therapy because he's a punk ass bitch. So if he's content being a punk ass bitch, why do I feel bad for him? If he wants to be one of the many people I've dated in my lifetime where as soon as I, like, move on to someone else or have a better life, he's all of a sudden just crying and being a miserable little bitch, I'm just saying, it's like, I don't like people like that. I don't like people where it's like they have every opportunity to change or be good and they wait until I fucking leave to do so. It's just so lame. I've had that a million times. I'll date a man, and the next thing you know, he'll be an asshole. And then I leave him for being an asshole, and then suddenly they're crying like, oh my god, she's the one that got away. I can't believe she moved on to a guy who actually, is getting therapy and treating her well. Like, you could have been that guy, but you didn't want to. Stop trying to make me feel bad for you. I hate those types of motherfuckers. And, yeah, I don't know. I thought I was doing okay, you know? I'm sure I recorded videos about Mitchell today. I don't really remember them. I don't really care, but, I almost was okay. And then I found this picture of me and Mitchell tucked underneath my pillow. This was a picture taken right before he tried to sexually assault me later that day. And what really sucks is, like, look at the way he's looking at me so tenderly with the nice golden light behind us making us radiate. You can see up close that my nose is red because he accidentally hit it multiple times. I do believe it was an accident. He's an extremely tall, lanky, clumsy-ass dude who needs to work on his fucking arms. He has great legs, though. I like how I'm still lusting after him, even though I'm talking. God, he's attractive. Fuck! Why do evil niggas have to be hot? He has really nice eyelashes, and I like his cheekbones. I like everything about him. I wish he liked himself, and I wish he liked me. Or at least I wish he liked me and genuinely stayed and liked me and didn't hurt me whenever he saw a chance to. Because at some points he could be a very tending, loving guy. I think he would make an amazing father figure someday. He would be an amazing husband, amazing everything. But he doesn't truly want to be that, at least not for me. And honestly, I don't see how he's going to get close to any woman if he's going to keep hurting them in the same way he did me. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. That shit sucks, dude. Alright. God damn it. I've been trying not to cry, because every time I cry, I can't go to sleep, and then... God, I hate Mitchell so much. He's a fucking bitch for doing this to me. I'm gonna do one messy thing. It's not gonna be too big, but it'll work. But yeah, fuck Mitchell and everything about him. Because someone like me did not deserve someone like him. I would have been fine with him leaving. He should have left in a way that did not make me think there was hope. Because if you really think you're some scum-sucking piece of shit that doesn't deserve me, at least have the elegance to leave. If you already know how bad my mental state is and you know how that will fuck me up in the head, to leave the way you did, then why did you still leave the way you did? He's not a good man. He has potential to be a great man, but he's not a good man. Anyway, now I have to go, take a steaming hot shower and maybe collapse on the floor at some point and avoid killing myself tonight. I have an interview, but I'm really tempted to drink some Red Bull right now. Whatever gets the dopamine up. Fuck that nigga. Bye.